All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Racha Kodash, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. And also I want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And I'm back with another lesson through the Spirit of Yahweh Shai. And the title of this lesson is going to be We Need Salvation ASAP, as you can see there on the screen. And today I wanted to do another lesson about the plastics and the pollution that is causing in the earth. And I have an article here that I wanted to read over a little bit. And I have a video as well to show you, brothers and sisters, the impact of this plastics and how this stuff is really killing us, okay? There is no escaping the plastic pollution that's in the earth right now, man. Even if you don't eat food that's wrapped in plastic, okay? Or cooked in, in a microwave, whatever you eat, man, you're still consuming it. You're still inhaling it, man. Or when this food go through the so-called production line at these warehouses and different plants, go to the 18-wheeler, this, that, and the third, man, that food is being bombarded by nanoplastics and other, chemicals and junk, all right? We need salvation, man, because this stuff is killing us. If you look at how harmful plastic is, man, you're crying to the Lord too. There's nothing beneficial about plastics, man. All right. This devil, he went from using natural things of the earth like glass, cotton, and paper. Okay. He turned from that to just using strictly plastics, man. And when he did that, so-called scientists and doctors saw how people's health changed, man. How their health got worse because of the production and the use of plastics. And so I'm going to start off reading this article here from Geneva Environment Network. And as you can see, it says, update plastics and the environment. It says, the world is facing a plastic crisis. The world, man, is everywhere. The status quo is not an option. Plastic pollution is a serious issue of global concern, which requires an urgent and international response involving all relevant actors at different levels. So basically, they're calling for everybody, all governments, all people, to do something and address this issue of plastic pollution. Because if not, Esau is estimating, man, that there will be more plastic in the ocean than marine life, okay? I have to keep saying that because it don't sound real, okay? And it's mind-boggling. It's going to be more plastic, more junk in the ocean than marine life. Now, me personally, I don't think that is going to happen, okay? Because the Lord is going to come back, Lord willing, okay, and destroy this devil before 2050. All right, I can't even, brother, just trying to imagine the earth in 2050, brother, I might throw up. It's already bad now. 2050? No, sir. Okay? No, sir. But there is a global issue going on with this plastic, all right? It says this page aimed at listing relevant information, research, data, and or press releases issues by our partners in Geneva and other institutions around the world. So jumping down here, all right, it says plastic pollution around the world. The world is facing a global plastic crisis. Out of the 8.3 billion tons of plastics produced since the 1950s, 79% ended in landfills or leaked into the environment. So since the 50s, man, all that plastic that they have produced has ended up in landfills or leaked into the environment. This stuff is everywhere. Okay, if you go outside, all you see is plastics, man. Pay attention. Pay attention to your surroundings, man. All you see is plastic everywhere. Okay. It says from the Mariana Trench to Mount Everest, there is virtually no place on Earth which is left untouched by the plastic pollution. Plastic waste is now so ubiquitous in the natural environment that scientists have even suggested it could serve as a geological indicator of the Anthropocene era. So this stuff is getting out of hand, man. All right, this is a little, small video here. The story of plastic, this is a small trailer. All right, for you brothers and sisters here to watch.
We're back with an alarming new report that came out this past week on the state of the world's oceans.
32% of plastic packaging ends up littering the environment. 40% is sitting in a landfill somewhere. 14% is incinerated. 14% is recycled. But only 2% is effectively recycled.
Downhill from the prison, downhill from the mall, downhill from the factory farm and the hospital.
It's not reasonable at all that we continue to live like this.
Downhill from the body wall, downhill from everywhere, downhill from all you see. The ocean is downhill from gravity.
About 8 million metric tons go into the ocean every year. That's the equivalent of one city garbage truck dumping a load of plastic into the ocean every minute of every day.
This is the story of plastics. It is fossil fuels finding a new form and finding a new place to flow through the economy.
The surge of attention to plastic pollution is pretty striking.
Yeah, so that's all I'll play on that. All right. I pray I don't get no strike, for that music that they put with the video, man. You know how Esau is. But as you can see there, in that small video, it's a trailer. I'm guessing they're gonna make an actual movie about the story of plastic and just how this stuff is just, it is just corrupting everything. All right. It's bad, man. So jumping down here, and I'll read this portion. It says, plastics production in the plastic industry. Plastic pollution is a rather new but exponentially growing phenomenon. Annual global plastic production has exploded over the past decades, going from some 1.5 million metric tons in 1950 to an astonishing 368 million metric tons in 2019. So that's a major jump, man. A major jump, okay? In the production of plastic in the world. It says plastic production is expected to further increase in the coming decades as current investments in petrochemical infrastructure support this trend. Under business as usual scenarios, annual production could reach up to 2, I'm not sure what this is, metric tons by 2050. All right, I had to look this up to see how much is this here. All right. It says the ongoing boom of plastic production is tightly linked to its reliance on fossil fuels and major investments in petrochemical infrastructures in the key regions of the world. While 99% of plastic materials are produced from fossil feedstock, these industries are closely connected. Considering the scope and the impacts of plastic pollution, an increasing number of actors from governments, civil society, and academia are calling for efforts to tackle the crisis at its source by reducing plastic production. In the current energy context, experts are also pointing out to a reduction in the production of non-essential plastics as a way to reduce reliance on gas while contributing to climate and pollution mitigation. So this stuff is harmful, man, and they plan on increasing the plastic production. And the more plastic they produce, the more filth come into the earth, man. I'll read this last small section here. It says plastic and C19, right? Plastic and C19. It says the fight against plastic pollution is being hit by the C19 pandemic as the use of disposable masks, gloves, and other protective equipment soars. So this so-called pandemic is causing the production in these plastic masks and gloves and protective gear, man. And it's causing more and more pollution, all right? More and more trash to be dumped in the earth, to be dumped in, certain landfills, man. It says, however, plastic does not inherently make something clean or safe. But you fools think that hiding behind some plastic mask or putting on some plastic gloves keeps you from germ and all this stuff, man. It's a lie, okay? It's a lie, man. It says, find more information on how the pandemic affected the plastic crisis and what can be done to address health concerns while reducing plastic pollution in our special C19 update. So that's all I read here from this article, man. Okay, you brothers and sisters, if you want to continue on to read this article, okay, they have some great information in there, man. Here's the title. Okay, it's on Geneva Environment Network. It says plastics in the environment. Once again, if you want to go read this article, all right, you can. But I'll move on here to this video, a small clip from Now This Earth here on YouTube. And as you can see, the title of this video reads, "Why are microplastics on the menu this holiday season?" So I'll play this small clip here for you, brothers and sisters. Once again, YouTube, this is fair use, all right, for educational purposes. Please don't take down the video, man. But yeah, here's this small clip for you, brothers and sisters, to just soak in, all right, the trash and the plastics that we are consuming on a daily basis, man.
Whether you like it or not, microplastics will be on the menu this holiday season. A study conducted by the University of Portsmouth and Good Morning Britain calculated the amount of microplastics in a typical holiday meal of chicken, vegetables, and Yorkshire pudding. They looked at two variations, one with ingredients that came wrapped in plastic and one with ingredients that were packaged in other ways. They found that the plastic-wrapped meal had approximately 230,000 microplastic particles in it, compared to the unwrapped meal's roughly 55,000 particles.
If you were eating an equivalent wrapped dinner every day for a year, you'd be eating about 10 grams of plastic. That's the equivalent of 2 of these a year.
This experiment gave a more realistic picture of the amount of microplastics in cooked meals. Typically, researchers just look at raw foods in isolation, but by looking at foods that are ready to serve, the microplastic count can include microscopic particles that have been added through packaging, cooking, air, and utensils.
Unfortunately, there's no such thing as a microplastic-free food now, I think. That's because there's so many microplastics in the air and in the soil. So as we're speaking now, there are likely to be some microplastics that are falling on here, onto the food that we'll be eating. But also if you look at the agriculture, the plasticulture, which is the amount of plastic that goes into our farmlands, there are huge concentrations of microplastics in our soils. In fact, more than there is in the ocean.
All right. So there you have it, brothers and sisters. Okay. This stuff is everywhere. Whether you like it or not, as you said in the video, we are consuming this crap all day, every day, man. Just breathing, okay? Inhaling. You are inhaling microplastics, nanoplastics that the eyes can't see, man. And this is why we need salvation, all right? Once again, go look up the harmful impacts of plastics and what it does to the human body, man. It's going to blow your mind. But yet this devil continues to produce this stuff, knowing that it's harmful, okay? Plastic, it has a certain chemical in there, man, that increases, it has a high level of estrogen in it, okay? And just knowing that fact, man, you look at these men today in this world, bro, they full of estrogen, bro. Highly feminized because of these plastics, man, but also the doctrine they're receiving, being raised by, single mothers and all this crap, this feminism. But plastic plays a part in that it's increasing the level of estrogen in men. Look it up, bro. This is what we have to deal with, okay? But this is why the scriptures say this, all right? Mark chapter 13 in verse 20, it says, and except that the Lord has shortened those days. These days have been shortened by the Lord, man. It's the reason why. Look at the condition that we're in. We need the days to be shortened. As it says in Sirach 36, make the time short. Because this ain't it, bro. You can so-called try to eat healthy, man. You can go run and work out, do all that. As you do all that, you consuming plastics, man. Can't get around it. So it says, and except that the Lord has shortened those days, no flesh should be saved. But for the elect's sake, whom he had chosen, he has shortened the days. So for the elect's sake, the Lord has shortened his time to come and save us, man, so that we don't have to endure, all right, this trash forever, man. And this is just one aspect of the plastics, all right? It's so much going on in the earth, man. So much wickedness, so much abominations, bro. It's every day. So the Lord had to shorten the time and come and save us, man. Everything is being corrupted by this devil. Nature, man, beast, fowls of the air, man. He's corrupting everything. So the Lord has shortened the days. And the last precept that I get here is Romans 8, starting in verse 22. It says, for we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. The whole creation is groaning, brothers and sisters, all of us. The animals, man. They're being oppressed just as we're being oppressed, man. Their environments that the Heavenly Father created for them have been invaded by plastics, man. And now you have certain animals mistaking plastic for foods. A certain article said sea turtles who eat jellyfish, they mistake a plastic bag for a jellyfish, man, and eat it and get choked to death, thinking that plastic is food. You have, they said I think those birds are called seagulls, I think. They found a lot of those birds, dead, full of plastic, man. They had mainly cigarette lighters and like certain, soda tops in their stomachs, man. Thinking it's food. The trash has overtaken the food for them, man. So everything everywhere is groaning. Okay? Verse 23 says, and not only they, but we ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body. And man, oh man, we all look forward to the redemption of our body, man, to be delivered from these chains of darkness, from sin, from stress, from sicknesses, okay, from aging, different ailments, man. Brothers out there dealing with certain ailments, man. Look, you hear about it, you like, damn, brother dealing with that, bro. Yes, this is why we need those new bodies. We need new everything, okay? We need new everything, man. This life, this current system is not something that you should be looking forward to, all right, to forge yourself in, man. You should be praying to Yahweh Shem Shai for salvation, for deliverance, man. We need it. Because if not, this devil gonna wipe us out, man. He's gonna wipe out life as we know it. But our Lord's not gonna, totally allow it, okay? But this man has done enough. And now I see why the book of Obadiah is written. He has to go. He has shown the world what he's truly about, man. Bloodshed, death, and wickedness, okay? But with that, I pray that you brothers and sisters are edified. I just wanted to say a few things about, this plastic pollution, man. Once again, I want to give our praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Bachar Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And peace and blessing once again unto the elect. Shalom.